Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss an update from ETimes TV.
Poonam Malhotra and Gaurav Malhotra, thank you so much for joining me at ETimes. Gaurav, this is your second appearance. You are Karan Kundra's brother-in-law, and Poonam, you are Gaurav's wife. The viewers are watching you, and I'm pretty sure that they are just waiting for you to talk about this whole fiasco which is happening in Bigg Boss 15 as it keeps unfolding day by day. How are you doing?
We're well. Thank you for asking. Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, Poonam, please utilize this opportunity to the maximum because you called it opportunity. Before I start, I must tell you that we spoke to your sister, which I think you're aware of, Meenu, sometime earlier. And she was very vocal about the fact that Karan and Teja are fine for her as long as Teja gives respect to Karan. This she kept underlining in her interview. I want your take on this. I want your take on this.
As long as Karan gives respect to her, it's always mutual.
Yeah, but Poonam unfiltered, which means Gaurav, you will allow her to speak.
यार केरला में तो सिर्फ फिल्टर कॉफी चलती है भाई. She's half Keralite ना. Yeah.
My take on this is that this is a very unique situation. They're all in a very cloistered environment. They're doing their best to survive these 3 months, and they're extremely stressed, I'm sure. The most important thing is what Karan wants and what he likes, and that's all that's important for us. I'm sure she's a wonderful person, and I'm sure she finds Karan to be wonderful, and that's why they're together. And I think in a less stressful environment, hopefully their responses to stressors will be different. So I'm sure they're different when not in such a quandary as to who's going ahead, who's going behind, what are we doing to get each other ahead.
And it is a fight for survival.
Correct.
And I see that both of them help each other. And Karan to hai, bilkul wo to turbo engine hai. He's like 1,000 horsepower horse. So he's going to pull ahead whosoever he can or he cares for, which and we've enjoyed that. उस पे आप ब्रेकें मारते रहोगे तो उसका फुल जो कहते हैं ना अनफिल्टर्ड दो, गिव अस अनफिल्टर्ड करन, मजा तो तब आएगा. एंड आई हैव रिसेंटली सीन दैट वो शुरू हो चुका है. ही स्टार्टेड विद हिज ह्यूमर, मौज मस्ती एटसेट्रा, एंड अब थोड़ा हंसी आने लग गई है शो में, जब पहले की पूरा टॉक्सिक सा हो रहा था. यार क्या चल रहा है, क्या गंद मचा रहे हो, लेट द वन मैन. अगर देखो वहां पे ह्यूमर कहाँ से आ रही है, तो 1-2 बंदे ही है जो कि आपको हंसा के कहते हैं यार ये शो देखने लायक है.
I think as the show is coming to a closure, that unfettered humor is coming out.
But let me ask you that, did it bother you when Teja was being, what she was, to which your sister also said is disrespectful at that moment? Did it bother you as a sister?
I think what bothered me was, actually it didn't even bother me. I could just see the stress that they were going through. Who would want to be in a closed environment where there's constant competition, constantly thinking about what's coming ahead, what's happening next, like a chess move here, there. अच्छा इसके बाद क्या होने वाला है? अगर मैं ये ऐसे बोलूँगी क्या करेंगे? And it is constant noise. It's a cacophony in the background. So I don't know how I would respond to something like that. I don't know if I'll say the kind of things that they would say to each other.
पर मसाला तो चाहिए ना, मसाला तो आएगा, फिर ही मजा आएगा.
Also, we have to constantly remind ourselves कि maybe इसके अलावा भी और बातें हो रही होंगी जो प्यार से बातें हो रही हैं, शायद ये वही scenes दिखा रहे हैं जहाँ पे aggravation चल रही है. So
that's a very good point, but which leads me to my next question. Is everybody in this together to make a pot boiler? At times you feel that the interviews are being given by the families, the interviews are being given by the friends, which includes y'all also, to be very frank. Yeah. And then at one moment the version is A, and after a week the version is B. The fan clubs are also fighting and having a field day.
Eventually nothing succeeds like success. And the show guys have done what was needed to spice it up. तो हाँ, क्या इसमें मसाला डाला गया है? Definitely डाला गया है. क्या इसमें मसाला चाहिए था? Definitely चाहिए था, because public को मसाला चाहिए involvement के लिए.
You enjoy being a part of it?
It's a headache. We have never ever been involved with any of Karan's shows, etc. We don't even, until we got into this Twitter thing, we did not even know who he is in his own profession and world, and whether he's well regarded, respected. All we knew is our funny brother Sunny. So yes, we are enjoying part of it, and part of it we realize is a headache. And I think the fans give us so much support as families that it is almost like counseling. नहीं तो दिमाग खराब हो जाएगा यहाँ पे. So, and fans from both sides. ये नहीं है कि only Karan's fans, predominantly Karan's fans, but even from the other side, people counsel us that don't worry about this, Jiju. These are things that the show has to do. And then we realize that there are people out there other than us who are impacted by it, and they don't want to see us impacted by it. They're caring.
So, I would say, I would say here, bloody hell, what's the truth?
What's the truth? The truth is Karan is the boss.
The truth I want to know is that, is Karan really in love with Teja, and is Teja really in love with Karan?
It's so tough to say. It is so tough to say. For us, he is, he is respecting her. He gives her love. Whether this is going to be a forever romance or not, we all want to ask both of them. What is your opinion? What do you think?
What I see is that they have given each other love and friendship and companionship, and just like any couple, they're having their own disagreements, explosive at times, but I think this has helped them pass their time there. And of course, when they come out, that's when the truth is going to be evident. We really want to ask him and her, of course, what do you think of each other? I'm sure there's a different version to them. I think what we are looking at is a very stressed couple. And maybe they're not sure, of course, they're not showing us all the peaceful times, they're just lounging around or having a cup of tea or whatever. That is boring for the public to watch. So they're only going to show us scenes that are going to have a reaction to it. And of course, the explosive scenes are what are going to have a reaction eventually, I guess. What I certainly I'm thankful is that, after Umar left, he at least has Teja, he has all these friends. And the interesting thing is, after all these fights, they're still together. Everybody's still together. They're chatting, having fun. And that's what's amazing. I mean, nobody's like not talking to each other by the end of the day after having a fight.
So
Poonam, what you're saying is there are three sides to every story. One is what A is saying, one is what B is saying, and there's another which both of them are not telling the world as yet.
Possibly. And I guess a fourth side is what we are perceiving, what we are seeing on TV, which I guess they both don't see the reactions that are coming out from people that are watching the show and see something else. and just like you, there's doubt. There's lots of fans that are happy for them, happy for their alliance, and some of the fans that are not sure what's going on.
No, as for me, like always, I'm searching for the truth. And here is another question on that I'm sure you read that Teja has someone in her life who goes by the name Krrish Khedekar and whose actual name is Vineet Khedekar. Did that shock you?
No. It's you are ये बंद कर दो किसी को 3 महीने के लिए कहीं पे, and there will be some forms of friendship that will evolve. How intimate they may become in the future, we don't know. As soon as you release them into the open environment and give them true freedom is when we will see what these people want. So if he's there, he's there. I'm glad. देखो जी, जो भी desirable बंदा या बंदी होती है उसको हजारों लोग प्यार कर रहे होते हैं. And one just has to understand that, hey, if you want somebody that nobody else will love, then you need to pick somebody else who's there in the show. मैं नाम नहीं बोलूंगा.
ETimes had called him, and or rather, we at ETimes had called him, and this guy said, "We are just friends." Krrish said, "Teja and I are just friends." We kept talking to him for a good 1 minute at least, but he never said anything else except that we are just friends. And people assume. After a while, on various other websites, the same guy went on to say that something else. And after a while, on the other websites, we saw some versions coming out from Teja's brother that he is their cousin. Now, he never told us, never in the conversation, even once, that he is a cousin, first cousin, second cousin, third cousin, nothing at all.
Okay.
So that gives you another layer of the pot boiler called Bigg Boss.
हाँ, चाहे आप दाल में काला बोलो या काल में दाला बोलो, पता नहीं. But of course, this is how our lives are. We have different layers, like you said. This is another layer that shows in Bigg Boss. And whatever somebody has to do or say to succeed, they need to. It is a matter of survival of their careers, their futures, their professions, their existence in the Bigg Boss house, their living that they're making over there. So, as they say, all is fair in love and war, sab chalega. And Bigg Boss has both. Bigg Boss has love as well as war going on right there.
Yeah. So that, and then after some time on the internet or on the social media rather, we saw a telling picture of Teja and Krrish, which was really, something to, I don't know what it was. You must have also seen. So
we've seen different pictures in different positions and things, but this is up to them to project and admit or not to admit. It's not for us to comment on, it is for them to comment on. We can speculate.
ठीक है, तो अभी एक final question और बहुत ही direct question. Give me the number. I want you to tell me the number, the percentage which you feel करण के उतने chances हैं ये season जीतने के.
If the show is truly unbiased, 100%. If the show has some axe to grind,
yes.
If the show has some axe to grind, then let's just toss a coin.
Poonam?
I agree with Gaurav 100%. If we are to look at Karan, his abilities, his contribution to the entertainment level in the show, I would say 100%.
Okay, so Mr. and Mrs. Malhotra will celebrate if Karan wins, and they will be extremely disappointed if he does not.
No, we will celebrate regardless. यार celebration तो जिंदगी के लिए क्या कहते हैं, पीने वाले को पीने का बहाना चाहिए ना. तो हम जीने वाले हैं, जीने वाले को जीने का बहाना चाहिए.
That's a very good note to end this conversation. Gaurav, you have spoken well again, and Poonam, you too. And thank you so much for joining on ETimes TV.
Vicky, such a pleasure. Thank you so much for having us.